so much for joining us on the EKTV News at 7. I am Tosinlo. Governor Biodun Oyebanje said this administration will focus on functional education, quality healthcare, and skills acquisition to drive human capital development in Ekiti State. He made a promise in Ado-Ekiti during the launch of the State Human Capital Development Strategic Plan organized in partnership with the National Human Capital Development Office in Abuja. Our reporter Iroyin Lekunrere has details.
Governor Oyebanje, represented by his deputy Okinlo Amunisade, said the Human Capital Development document already endorsed by the State Executive Council would provide a framework to improve education and secure a better future for citizens. He charged the development partners, corporate bodies, civil servants, individuals, and civil society organizations to support the vision aimed at reducing unemployment, poverty, and exclusion.
Our gathering here today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards sustainable development and growth. The launching of this strategic document on human capital development is more than just a ceremonial event. It represents a collective commitment to unlocking the potential that lies within every Ekiti citizen. Therefore, the strategic objective outlined in this document are ambitious yet achievable. They reflect our shared aspiration for Ekiti citizen, where every individual has access to quality education, healthcare, and opportunity for personal and professional growth.
The Special Advisor on Human Capital Development, Mr. Gbenga Agbeyo, described the program as a milestone in the governor's efforts to develop the state's human resources. Agbeyo said the document will focus on education, health, well-being, labor force participation, and inclusivity.
Human Capital Development Strategy is designed to empower our people, drive growth, and foster a culture of excellence. The document outlined a vision, objectives, and actionable pillars to enhance the skills, knowledge, and well-being of our workforce.
Reviewing the document, former Statistician General in Ekiti State, Mr. Jide Oguntimei, urged ministries, departments, and agencies to work together without distrusts. He called for adequate funding, monitoring, and governance to ensure effective implementation. Adedayo Adele reporting.
And moving on, the state government says it will sustain collaborations with local and international organizations to boost business growth. Governor Biodun Oyebanje made a promise at a town hall meeting with private sector players and government agencies held at Lady Jibo Hall in Ado-Ekiti. He said his administration is enhancing policies to attract increased investment and create a more business-friendly environment in the state. DSS reporter Yemola Jitem has details.
The meeting, hosted by the Ekiti State Development and Investment Promotion Agency, EGDIPA, in collaboration with the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PBEC, brought together players in the private sectors and government officials deliberating on the challenges confronting them and profiling solutions. The governor was represented by the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Akin Oyebode, said that the present administration in the state was committed to improving the business environment and attracting investors through the provision of necessary infrastructure. He commended the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PBEC, for removing bureaucratic obstacles and making business easier to start and grow in the country, noting that the state was already laying the foundation for economic boom through the various infrastructural revolution in the electricity and road networks.
So what PBEC is doing nationally is what EGDIPA is doing in Ekiti State. And the whole essence of this is to improve the business environment for those who are doing business in Ekiti. We recognize their strength, their resilience, their sacrifice, to doing business here, to helping to build our economy. And our job as government is not to stand in their way, is to provide an enabling environment for their businesses to grow and thrive so that they can put our young people to work. Two is that you can see the work we're doing even with rural or suburban electrification. The state has invested significant sums of money in connecting many towns, many local governments that didn't have access to electricity. And very soon you will see the transmission infrastructure in Ekiti significantly improving. At the end of July, you'll be getting a major announcement from the partnership between Ekiti State and Iroyin as it provides more renewable, especially solar access for people, for businesses, and for establishments in Ekiti State.
The representative of the PBEC, Mrs. Susanna Abdulkadri, explained that the council was in the state to engage and support business owners to grow.
Bringing our technical assistance to the government officials who are involved in the State Action for Business Enabling Reform, that's the SABA program. And the second segment of this town hall is the private sector. So it is very important for us to make sure that we create an opportunity for private sector, organized labor to come together and meet with key state actors. So it's a good opportunity for the businesses to be able to tell the states where their pain points are, especially as it relates to doing business in Ekiti State.
The Director General, Ekiti State Development and Investment Promotion Agency, EGDIPA, Mrs. Lolade Olutola, lauded the current administration, said that the outcome of the meeting will provide clear ways for business owners to do their businesses and assist the government to provide necessary assistance.
And one of the things we do as an agency is to also see that existing businesses in the states, we check up on them, and that's aftercare advocacy, because it's not enough to bring in new investments, but how do you retain and how do you sustain them?
The meeting later dovetailed to a technical session where discussants proffered solutions to some of the challenges confronting business owners. Yemi Olajutemu reporting.
Ijero local government has achieved a record maize investment on its demonstration fund this year. The council chairman, Mr. Abayomi Foloweshile, during a tour of the funds along Epe Road, the Ijero local government described the yield as unprecedented in the council's history. He said that the farm was set up to boost food production, reaffirming his administration's commitment to replicating Governor Biodun Oyebanji's agricultural initiative to make Ekiti the food basket of the nation. He thanked the residents for their support and urged them to embrace agriculture, especially the youth, as a source of livelihood. The Director of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Mr. Adeyeye, commended the chairman's initiatives and lauded staff efforts in achieving the milestone. And the state chapter of the Association of Juju Musicians of Nigeria has endorsed Governor Biodun Oyebanji for a second term. Led by their governor, Femi Akpadidun, the musicians staged an endorsement work to the governor's office, praising Oyebanji's commitment to citizens' welfare and the state development within 3 years. Akpadidun said members had received unprecedented support from the administration and would mobilize votes to return in 2026. After receiving them, the secretary to the state government, Professor Abibat Adubiaru, thanked the musicians for their public endorsement, urging them to collect their voter cards to ensure the governor remains in office till 2030. Also present were the Special Advisor on Political and Inter-Party Affairs, Chief G.D. Awell, the Special Advisor on Gender Empowerment, Mrs. Kemisola Olale, Algon Chairman Olusegun Ojo, and Director General Community Communications, Mary Osho Omotosho. Still on political matters, a public affairs analyst, Mr. Olalekan Junaid, has called on political parties to adopt internal conflict resolution mechanism to prevent divisions ahead of the 2027 general election. Mr. Junaid raised concerns on Ekiti FM's current affairs program, Issues in the News, over the resignation of the APC national chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, saying more reasons might be behind his exit beyond health ground, especially with current political realignments. He welcomed the reconciliation effort within the PDP but feared they might have come too late. Mr. Junaid emphasized the need to separate governance from party leadership to strengthen Nigerian democracy and ensure a vibrant opposition. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Senate President David Mark, and other top PDP leaders have reportedly dumped the party. In a communique after their meeting in Abuja, the leaders adopted a new coalition to unseat President Tinubu, lamenting that the APC government had worsened Nigerians' living conditions. They described the PDP as a shadow of the self, weakened by threats, blackmail, and patronage under the APC administration. And as the coalition to urge President Bola Tinubu gains momentum, the All Progressive Congress says the president will win the 2027 election. APC spokesman Bala Ibrahim described the coalition as dead on arrival. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Senate President David Mark, former Jigawa Governor Sule Lamido, and other PDP leaders labeled the APC government disaster. In a communique signed by David Mark after their meeting in Abuja, the coalition called on Nigerians to support its plan to defeat the APC in 2027. Meanwhile, our Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Peter Obi, has submitted his one-term proposal to the coalition for consideration. Obi recently said he is willing to serve only one term if elected president in 2027, and explained that any Southern candidate elected must leave office by May 2031 in line with the zoning principle. Obi, along with Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, and Nasiru El-Rufai, have formed a coalition to challenge President Bola Tinubu in the next election. The coalition has adopted the African Democratic Congress as its platform. And in the meantime, the official unveiling of the African Democratic Congress as Nigeria's opposition platform has suffered a setback after the event venue cancelled its booking hours before the program. The event was scheduled as well at an hotel in Asokoro, Abuja, to introduce ADC as the coalition's adopted party for the 2027 election. Organizers said that the hotel, citing an unspecified internal compliance matter. And the major faction within the African Democratic Congress has rejected the move by an opposition coalition to adopt the party as its platform. In a statement, the faction's National Publicity Secretary Musa Mataba said ADC is not a private platform to be hacked by political elites. He added that the mega decision was made without consulting key party structures, including state executives, youth and women leaders, and ward coordinators. Similarly, Abia State Governor Alex Oti says he remains loyal to the Labour Party. Oti said in Umuahia, Abia State, that he was not part of any coalition and has not attended or been invited to any meeting. He said that the party had challenges but fought through the Supreme Court to reclaim it. This is KTV News at 7. We'll go on a short break and we'll come back for more news after now. Please don't go.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Beautiful, it's your name. Wonderful is what you are to me. Eba mi kira fún mama mi. Orisha mi ya o, kò sí láé.
Every mom.
Welcome to Deeper Life High School at Ado-Ekiti campus, where academic excellence is not just a goal, but a culture. Our dedicated and well-trained academic staff employ innovative teaching methodologies to ignite a passion for learning in every student. From well-resourced science laboratories to a comprehensive library and cutting-edge ICT facilities, we provide the tools and guidance for students to reach their full intellectual potential. Our conducive learning environment is second to none. Our spacious classrooms, comfortable boarding houses, ample recreational centers, and lots more contribute to a holistic and positive school experience. The safety and well-being of our students are our top priorities, as we have top-notch security surveillance systems manned by trained security personnel to give parents peace of mind, knowing their children are in very safe hands. To enroll your child today, visit our website at deeperlifehighschool.org or call us on 0815-819-0110. You can also send us an email via adoprincipal@deeperlifehighschool.org. Deeper Life High School at Ado-Ekiti. Leadership with distinction.
Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube don't land with all your rich spices where you love inside one cube. Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube. Spice mix exactly the way you like them. They available for seasoning cube. Try them today.
Chef. Mr. Chef, what's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, goat meat, roasted beef, fried rice, and cooker.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube don't land with all your rich spices where you love inside one cube. Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube. Spice mix exactly the way you like them. They available for seasoning cube. Try them today.
The world needs moms.
Thank you so much for joining us again. Moving on, Abia State Governor Alex Otis, the lawmaker representing Minkan constituency Nanon Daniel has been elected as the new Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly following Gabriel Dewan's resignation. The election took place during an emergency sitting at the temporary assembly complex in Jos. Liu Long, a former majority leader in the 9th Assembly, was unanimously chosen by his colleagues in a session presided over by the Deputy Speaker, Gwata Ajang. Dewan is the only YPP member in the Assembly, resigned as part of effort to stabilize the state political climate. President Bola Tinubu has described data as the way new oil, emphasizing its critical role in governance and Nigerians' global relevance. He directed all ministries, departments, and agencies to capture, safeguard, and responsibly release data to drive public value and its international benchmark. The development followed the launch of iGovernment Cloud Academy to equip civil servants with the digital skills for Nigerians' transition to a paperless public sector. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike will tomorrow meet with Area Council Chairman, the Nigerian Union of Teachers, and the National Association of Nigerian Students to discuss reopening public and primary schools in Abuja, announced President Olusola Oladoja. and PRO Adeyemi Ajasa confirmed the meeting in a statement. NAN said it had planned a mass protest today but suspended it after its leaders were invited for a meeting at the DSS headquarters. The Nigerian Society of Engineers has attributed structural failures in construction to faulty designs and substandard materials. NCE President Mrs. Margaret Oguntala, who made the comment in Damaturu, Yobe State, stressed the need for strict adherence to professional standards to prevent project delays, budget overruns, and building collapses. He says such failures pose safety risk and have economic consequences. 2 people have been confirmed dead and several others injured at a clash between vigilante operatives and suspected bandits in Kwara State. 4 victims, including members of the vigilante group Nigeria, sustained gunshot wounds. The VGN commander Mohammed Yetsu and Daniel were declared dead at the General Hospital, while others were transferred to the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital for treatment. I'm moving to business now. Federal bond has accounted for 79.85% of its total domestic debt stock as the federal government promises to scrutinize operators of its oil well. For more on these and other business stories, let's join Tosin Olariwa.
The Debt Management Office says federal government bonds have accounted for 79.85% of the total domestic debt stock, which stood at 74.89 trillion naira as of March 2025. The figure was contained in the latest domestic debt report released recently by the DMO. The report also showed that Nigerian treasury bills made up 16.96% of the total domestic debt stock, amounting to 12.7 trillion naira, while FGN Sukuk stood at 992.6 billion naira, representing 1.33%. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources has warned that government would no longer tolerate operators lacking the technical and financial capacity to develop oil feed. He said the government was determined to maximize oil production by ensuring that only serious investors retain access to Nigeria's hydrocarbon resources. The Contributory Pension and Happy Retirement Advocacy has praised President Bola Tinubu's transformational leadership in the industry over the past 2 years. Its Senior Technical Director, Al-Haji Sani Mustafa, gave the commendation in Abuja. Mustafa said the industry under the watch of the National Pension Commission has increased transparency, accountability, and integrity of the pension system. He said the country's pension fund assets soared to an all-time high of 24.11 trillion as of May 2025. From the business desk, Tosin Olaribiwa.
Thank you so much. I'm moving to foreign news. An 8-passenger helicopter has crashed in Mogadishu as the Malian army kills over 80 jihadists in Mali. For more on these and other foreign news, let's join Jessica Okwa.
A Ugandan military helicopter with 8 people on board has crashed at Mogadishu Aden's Aid International Airport. Video footage shows smoke rising from the airport and a fire outbreak after the crash, which emergency services quickly contained. The head of Somalian Civil Aviation Authority, Ahmed Malim, said the helicopter crashed in the airport's military section after flying from Balidogs Air Base. The cause of the crash and casualty figures remain unknown. Jihadist fighters have launched simultaneous attacks on military posts in several Malian towns, marking the third major assault on the army in a month. The army said it repelled the attacks on killing over 80 militants, but gave no details on other casualties. Al-Qaeda-linked group Jamaat Nusrat claimed responsibility, saying it had seized 3 army barracks. North Korea is set to triple the number of its troops fighting for Russia along the front lines with Ukraine, sending an additional 25,000 to 30,000 soldiers to assist Moscow. According to an intelligence assessment from the Ukrainian officials, the troops will be added by next month. Meanwhile, Ukraine has warned that the suspension of U.S. weapons deliveries could encourage Russia to prolong its ongoing war. The warning follows the White House confirmation of a halt in some arms shipments to Ukraine. Ukraine's foreign ministry stressed that delays in military support will fuel further aggression, urging urgent reinforcement of its air defenses amidst continuous Russian missiles and drone attacks. Iran's President Moshud Pezeshkian has signed a law suspending cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) amidst growing tensions between Tehran and the UN nuclear watchdog following Israeli and US attacks on Iranian nuclear facilities. The announcement came after Iran's parliament passed legislation to suspend cooperation with the IAEA, citing Israel's recent surprise attack on Iran and later strikes by the US on Iranian nuclear facilities. According to the parliament's resolutions, IAEA inspectors will not be allowed to visit nuclear sites without approval from the Iran's Supreme National Security Council. From the Foreign Desk, I am Jessica Okwa.
Moving to sport tonight, the much anticipated Continuity Cup kicked off at the Federal Polytechnic Ado-Ekiti with Ekiti South West facing Ekiti West. In the opening match, technical advisor on sport development to the governor, Dr. Olusola Setoba, and Ekiti's FA chairman, Chief Oluwo Remo, led other stakeholders to the opening game. Tunediemo has details.
The game started on high note with Ekiti Southwest dominating proceedings and creating goal-scoring chances. Their effort paid off in the 21st minute when the goalkeeper of Ekiti West failed to parry a direct free kick to safety and allowed Marvelous Ajongbolo of Ekiti Southwest to tap in from close range.
He makes a beautiful cross and that was a beautiful strike, but the defender and finally Ekiti Southwest.
Ekiti West came all out in search of an equalizer, and in the 27th minute, Afolabi Abdullahi took out two defenders and unleashed a screamer that found the back of the net, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance, ending the first half in one goal apiece. In the second half, both teams created few chances, but they were unable to get the winning goal. The game ended 1-0 at the regulation time and went into penalty shootout. Ekiti West eventually won by 3-2, advancing into the quarterfinals on 4-3 aggregates. Speaking after the match, the technical advisor on sport development to Mr. Governor, Dr. Olusola Osetoba, and the FA chairman, Are Oluwo Remo, lauded the effort of the organizer, Mr. Tolu Adewumi, for doing a yeoman's job. He added that the tournament will help discover more talent in Ekiti. They also thanked Governor Biodun Yebanji for providing an enabling environment for sports to thrive in Ekiti.
Biodun Abayomi is doing well for them in youth development and job creation, even particularly in sports, in sporting activity. Look at what we are doing today. It's because of Biodun Abayomi Yebanji.
Targeted aim and objective is to get more talents who we can as well nurture to get into our team. Even though if it is not Ekiti United, they can get to better team outside there.
The organizer of the competition, Mr. Adewumi, who could not hide his joy, said the football competition was aimed at supporting the continuity agenda of Governor Yebanji. He expressed optimism that the competition will bring people together from all the local government areas of the state to support the re-election of the governor.
We're hoping that we're going to be seeing talents, we're going to be harnessing talents. The truth is, Ekiti has enough talents that, like, we are proud to say we have enough talents. And of course, just like you said, we are doing this to support the second bid of our dear governor, Governor Bao.
Israel Akinyemi of Ekiti West won the Man of the Match award and was presented a gift. The tournament continued across different centers in the state. Tunde Adeyemo reporting.
That's come to the end of the news. Thank you so much. We'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of the news. I am Tosin Olowo. To have a wonderful night rest.
Chef! Mr. Chef, what's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, goat meat, roasted beef, fried rice, and cooker.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube don't land with all your rich spices where you love inside one cube. Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube. Spice mix exactly the way you like them. They available for seasoning cube. Try them today.
The world needs mums. With a splash of golden terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra Oil, or pure love.
Sórí ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ fún ti àṣálòní Ìyábọ̀ Ọlájídé nínú ìní. Gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti sọ wípé ìjọba òun yóò gbájúmọ́ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kooro, ètò ìlera tó jí pípé àti ètò iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ láti lè mú kí ìdàgbàsókè bá ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọnìyàn nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ ìlérí náà nílùú Àdó lákòókò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ètò ìdàgbàsókè ọmọnìyàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, èyí tí wọ́n ṣe nífọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ́fíìsì ìdàgbàsókè ọmọnìyàn ìlú Àbújá. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti sọ wípé òun yóò tẹ̀síwájú fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn àjọ lábẹ́lé àti lágbàáyé láti lè mú kí ìdàgbàsókè bá ètò okòwò nípínlẹ̀ yìí. Gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ló ṣèlérí ọ̀rọ̀ náà níbi ìpàdé gbọ̀ngàn ìlú kan èyí tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn èèkàn lẹ́ka ètò aládàáni pẹ̀lú àwọn àjọ iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba tó wáyé ní gbọ̀ngàn Lẹ́dìbò nílùú Àdó Èkìtì. Ó sọ wípé ìṣèjọba òun ni ó ní àwọn ètò láti mú àlékún bá fífa ojú àwọn olùdókòwò mọ́ra àti láti pèsè iṣẹ́ túbọ̀ sí àti láti pèsè àyíká tí ó rọrùn túbọ̀ sí fún àwọn olókòwò ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀rò ti sọ wípé àwọn ti ṣe àṣeyọrí ńlá nínú oko ọ̀gbìn àgbàdo nínú ọdún yìí. Alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Àbáyọ̀mí Fọlọ́wọ́ṣẹlẹ̀ ló sọ̀rọ̀ náà lákòókò àbẹ̀wò kan tí ó ṣe sí oko tó wà ní pópónà Ẹ̀pẹ́ nílùú Ìjẹ̀rò Èkìtì, tó sì ṣe àpèjúwe rẹ̀ bíi èrè ńlá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìtàn tí ó tóbi jùlọ nínú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà. Ó sọ wípé àwọn àgbẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ láti mú kí ìpèsè oúnjẹ túbọ̀ bùyẹ̀rì sí i, níbi ó ti ṣàtúnmọ̀ ìfarajì ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ láti ṣe àwọn ètò èyí tí gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ṣe lẹ́ka ètò ọ̀gbìn láti mú kí oúnjẹ túbọ̀ sùwábọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ yìí àti láti sọ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì di ibùdó oúnjẹ fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Folówóṣílé dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùgbé fún àtìlẹ́yìn wọn tó sì rọ ọ̀dọ́ láti tẹ́wọ́ gba ètò ọ̀gbìn bí iṣẹ́ òòjọ́. Adarí ètò ọ̀gbìn àti ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adéyẹyẹ Jòǹbó alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà fún ètò ọ̀hún tí ó sì kọ̀ sára sí akitiyan àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ nínú bó ti ṣe àṣeyọrí ńlá náà. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn olórin jùjú ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti fọwọ́ sí gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí fún sáà kejì. Gómìnà wọn Fẹ́mi Apádídùn léwájú ètò ìwọ́de ìfọwọ́sí sáà kejì tí wọ́n ṣe ọ̀hún lọ sí ọ́fíìsì gómìnà. Wọ́n gbóyìn fún ìfarajì gómìnà Oyèbánjí sọ̀rọ̀ ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn ará ìlú àti ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ yìí láàrin ọdún mẹ́ta. Apádídùn sọ pé àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà lórí àtìlẹ́yìn láti ọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba gbà lọ́pọ̀ àti pé wọn yóò fi ìbò san oore láti dá padà ní ọdún 2026. Nígbà tí ó ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, akọ̀wé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Abibat Adubiaro dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olórin ọ̀hún fún àtìlẹ́yìn wọn náà. Ó sì rọ̀ wọ́n láti lọ gba káàdì ìdìbò wọn láti rí dájú pé gómìnà padà sí ipò ní títí di ọdún 2030. Àwọn tó wà níbi ètò ọ̀hún ni olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì lórí ètò òṣèlú àti olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fún ètò òṣèlú àti láàrin ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Olóyè Jídé Àwẹ́, olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì lórí ètò ìrónilágbára Kẹ́mi Ayọ̀lálẹ́yẹ, alága AGON Olúṣẹ́gun Òjó àti olùdarí àgbà fẹ́tò ìbáraẹ̀lú sọ̀rọ̀ Mary Ọ̀ṣọ́ Ọmọ́tọ́ṣọ́. Alálàyé àwùjọ kan Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọlálékan Jùnádù ti ké sí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú láti gba ìlànà yíyanjú gbogbogbò láàrin ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú láàyò láti lè pagidínà ìyapa ṣáájú ètò ìdìbò gbogbogbò ọdún 2027. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Jùnádù ló sọ̀rọ̀ náà dákòókò ètò kan nígbà tó kópa lórí Issues in the News lórí bí alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ọ̀mọ̀wé Abdullahi Ganduje ṣe kọ̀wé fi ipò náà sílẹ̀ tó sọ wípé àwọn ohun tí ó ṣeéṣe kó jẹyọ látàrí bó ṣe fipò náà sílẹ̀ kọjá pé nítorí ètò ìlera òun ni ní pàtàkì níbi àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ ti ṣe ń yapa sínú ẹgbẹ́ kan kúrò nínú ẹgbẹ́ mìíràn. Ó sọ wípé bíbélà akitiyan ìlàjà nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ni ó dára àmọ́ ó fi ìbẹ̀rù hàn wípé ó ṣeéṣe kí ohun gbogbo kó ti bọ́ sórí. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Jùnádù ṣe àtẹnumọ́ ìdí tí wọ́n fi ní láti ya ètò ìṣèjọba kúrò nínú ipò adarí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú láti lè mú kí okun bá ètò ìjọba àwarawa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alátakò sì lè gbilẹ̀ dáadáa. Igbákejì ààrẹ nígbà kan rí Àtíkù Abubakar, ààrẹ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àgbà tẹ́lẹ̀ David Mark àti àwọn àgbààgbà ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ni wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n ti fi ẹgbẹ́ náà sílẹ̀ báyìí. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan èyí tí wọ́n fọwọ́ sí lópin ìpàdé tí wọ́n ṣe nílùú Àbújá, àwọn adarí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún ni wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n ti yan ẹgbẹ́ tuntun kan láàyò láti lè ṣíde ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu nípò níbi wọ́n ti gbárata wípé ìjọba ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ti mú kí ohun gbogbo ó dojúrú fún àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n júwe ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹṣin inú ìwé lásán èyí tó jẹ́ pé ìhàlẹ̀ ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ àti ìdúkokò mọ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ APC ti sọ di àkúrẹ̀tẹ̀. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ níbi ẹgbẹ́ alátakò tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ ń lọ́gùn láti ṣíde ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu nípò ṣe ń gbajúmọ̀ sí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress APC sọ wípé ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu ni yóò jáwé olúborí ìdìbò ọdún 2027. Agbẹnusọ ẹgbẹ́ náà nílẹ̀ yìí Bala Ibrahim júwe ìdarapọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ náà bí èyí tó jẹ́ òfútù fẹ́ẹ̀tẹ̀. Igbákejì ààrẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí Àtíkù Abubakar, ààrẹ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin nígbà kan rí David Mark, gómìnà tẹ́lẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Jigawa Sule Lamido àti àwọn àgbààgbà ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ni wọ́n sọ wípé ìjàmbá ni ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC jẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan èyí tí David Mark fọwọ́ sí lópin ìpàdé náà nílùú Àbújá wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n ké sí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà láti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún ìpinnu ẹgbẹ́ náà láti lè lé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC kúrò nípò lọ́dún 2027. Bákan náà olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ lọ́dún 2023 nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Labour Peter Obi ti gbé àbá àfojúsùn rẹ̀ fún sáà ọdún kan péré fún ẹgbẹ́ tuntun tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀dá sílẹ̀ náà fún àgbéyẹ̀wò. Obi ni ó sọ láìpẹ́ yìí wípé òun gbèrò láti díje fún sáà kan ṣoṣo tí wọ́n bá lè dìbò yan òun gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ lọ́dún 2027 tó ṣàlàyé wípé olùdíje tí wọ́n bá dìbò yàn láti apá gúúsù yòówù tí wọ́n bá ti gbé yóò gbọ́dọ̀ kúrò ní ipò nínú oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2031 níbàámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà à ń yí kiri nínú ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn. Obi àti Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, Nyesom El-Rufai ni wọ́n ti darapọ̀ láti pe Ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu níjà nínú ètò ìdìbò èyí tó ń bọ̀ náà. Ikọ̀ ọ̀hún ni wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n yan ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú African Democratic Congress gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú wọn. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ láti sọ lójú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tuntun African Democratic Party gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alátakò ni àkùdé ti dé báyìí o lẹ́yìn tí orí kò rí tó yẹ kí ètò náà ti wáyé tí wọ́n fagilé níbo ti kù wákàtí fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ tí ètò náà yẹ kó gbéra sọ. Ètò ọ̀hún ni wọ́n sọ wípé ó yẹ kó wáyé ní ilé ìtura West Carlton Asokoro Àbújá láti ṣe àfihàn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADC gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ tí àwọn tí ó darapọ̀ tí wọ́n yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú fún ti ètò ìdìbò ọdún 2027. Àwọn tí ó ṣe àwọn alágbá tó ṣe agbátẹrù ètò ọ̀hún sọ wípé ilé ìtura náà ni ó fagilé ètò náà nígbà tó tọ́ka sí wípé àwọn kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ kan tí ó kọjá agbára wọn ló ṣokùnfà rẹ̀. Síwájú sí àwọn igun kan tó ṣe pàtàkì nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú African Democratic Congress ADC ti kọ ìgbésẹ̀ èyí tí àwọn tí ó kórajọ láti darapọ̀ bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alátakò láti yan ẹgbẹ́ náà bí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan akọ̀wé alukoro igun ọ̀hún ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí Musa Matara sọ wípé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADC ni kì í ṣe aládàáni tí àwọn èèyàn ńlá ẹlòṣèlú kan lè jágbà lójijì. Ó fi kún wípé ìpinnu dídarapọ̀ ṣọ̀kan ni wọ́n ṣe láìkàn sí àwọn ìlànà ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún tó ti wà ńlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aṣèjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àwọn aṣáájú obìnrin àti àwọn alábòójútó wọ́ọ̀dù. Ní èyí náà tó farapẹ́ gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Abia Alex Otti ti sọ wípé digbé ló wà nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Labour. Otti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ náà ní Umuahia ìpínlẹ̀ Abia wípé òun kò sí lára àwọn kankan tí ó ń darapọ̀ tàbí ẹ̀mí òun kò gbójú síbi ìpàdé kan tí kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó fi ìwé pe òun sí ìpàdé. Ó sọ wípé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà ló ní ìpèníjà àmọ́ àwọn jà fitafita nípasẹ̀ ilé ẹjọ́ tó ga jùlọ láti gba ẹ̀tọ́ wọn padà. Aṣòfin kan tó ń ṣojú ẹkùn ìdìbò Mekong Nanob Daniel ni wọ́n ti dìbò yàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tuntun ìpínlẹ̀ Plateau lẹ́yìn tí Gabriel Dewan kọ̀wé fi ipò náà sílẹ̀. Nínú ètò ìdìbò èyí tí wọ́n ṣe níbi ìjókòó ilé pàjáwìrì ráńpẹ́ ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ọ̀hún ní Jos, Nalong ti ń ṣe aṣáájú ìlànà ilé Nalong ti ń ṣe aṣáájú àwọn ọmọ ilé tó pọ̀ jùlọ nílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin kẹsàn-án ni àwọn akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ panupọ̀ fà kalẹ̀. Níbi ìjókòó náà èyí tí gbákejì olórí ilé ọ̀hún Gwanta Ajang darí. Dewan tí ó jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú YPP kan ṣoṣo nílé aṣòfin ọ̀hún ni ó kọ̀wé fipò sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara ìgbìyànjú láti mú kí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú rẹ̀ náà ó dúró déédéé. Mínísítà fọ́lùlù ilẹ̀ wa Nyesom Wike yóò ṣe ìpàdé pẹ̀lú àwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ olùkọ́, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí láti jíròrò lórí pípadà sí àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà nílùú Àbújá. Ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ NANS Olúṣọlá Ọládọjà àti alukoro rẹ̀ Adéyẹmí Àjàṣà ló fi ìdí ìpàdé náà múlẹ̀ nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan. NANS sọ wípé wọ́n pinnu láti ṣe ètò ìwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ọlọ́pẹ̀rọ lónìí, àmọ́ èyí tí wọ́n fagilé látàrí bí àwọn adarí rẹ̀ ti ṣe dá sí tí wọ́n sì pè wọ́n sí ìpàdé ní ọ́fíìsì àjọ ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́. Àwọn èèyàn méjì ni wọ́n sọ wípé ó ti dágbére fáyé báyìí tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn míì sì tún farapa nínú ìjàdàpọ̀ akátá kan èyí tí ó ní ó wáyé láàrin àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fìjìláńtè àti àwọn afurasí bíi agbébọn ní Ẹ̀dọ̀gẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Àwọn èèyàn mẹ́rin tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ fìjìláńtè ni wọ́n sọ wípé ó fara gba ọta ìbọn yánnayànna. Adarí fìjìláńtè ọ̀hún Mohammed Yasu àti Daniel ni wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n kéde pé wọ́n ti dágbére fáyé nílé ìwòsàn gbogbogbò Láfíàgè nígbà tí wọ́n kó àwọn tó kù lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ìṣègùn ìpínlẹ̀ náà Ìlọrin fún ìtọ́jú. Ìròyìn wá fún ti àṣálẹ́ yìí kò ní ju báyìí lọ lọ́la ní kẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa nígbà tí a mú ìròyìn náà wá fún yín ká sùn.